Happy Year of the Rabbit. 新年快乐. 新年快乐.
Scaring people one child at a time.
I am here live at the San Fong Zhong Jie market. Did I say it right?
San Fong Zhong Jie.
San Fong Zhong Jie.
Here in Kaohsiung. So, 新年快乐. We are filming this during the Chinese New Year holiday, right?
And it's a pretty busy holiday, but for some reason, it doesn't seem that busy today.
It's a little stark in here.
I was a little bit shocked, to be honest with you, because I thought, we're kind of in the heart of the holiday, that there would be people out and about and buying candies and goodies.
Well, the thing about this market is it always kind of looks like this, but everyone said, oh no, just come here during Chinese New Year.
And it's bustling.
I should say Lunar New Year. And people say that's when it gets really busy, but half the shops are closed. There aren't that many people here.
It's Tuesday today.
Yeah.
And so I'm even more shocked that it's not bustling right now because it made sense. We had the Chinese New Year, the dinner, and the family stuff. But
On
now
Saturday, yeah.
Shouldn't people be out and about right now?
Everyone, as far as I know in Taiwan, everyone has this week off.
Yeah, so, I guess leave a comment to explain, can anyone explain to Wes and I why is it so quiet here? We're in Kaohsiung, which is, it's one of those cities that,
I think maybe our problem is we're thinking about Lunar New Year as a kind of Christmas holiday that we would have back home. Whereas, back home at Christmas, you would go out for dinners and go to the movie theater.
And shopping.
Shopping, tons of shopping during that Christmas and New Year's Western holiday.
So is everyone up in the mountains right now?
I think in Taiwan it's very different because the past 3 days I've been like, oh, I want to go to this restaurant. Everything's closed.
Do you think if we came here early in the morning it would have been more bustling, or is this just?
I don't feel like it is. I think in Taiwan Lunar New Year is specifically for family time.
And that's interesting that you point that out because I remember back when I was a single man and I first came to Taiwan, it was lonely. It was like.
Did you get lonely?
I got lonely. I remember it was just me and my one friend Billy at the time, and we were just hanging out, and we were like, what are we gonna do?
Right.
Because we didn't have Taiwanese families that we were friends with. We didn't have girlfriends that brought us to their family and enjoy the traditions of Taiwan. It was just like, what do you do? And we just literally kind of drove around on our scooters, seeing other families that were.
My first year when I moved to Taiwan in 2017, we went to Lanyu, Orchid Island. We're like, okay, we've got a week off, let's go to Orchid Island. And we went to Orchid Island, and if you think this is slow, Lanyu, there was literally nothing open.
That sounds chill though, I like that.
We couldn't even find a place to eat. So we had to go to the grocery store, which was like the one store on the entire island that was open. We had to buy our own meat. We had to buy charcoal and a grill, literally just so we could eat food.
You just went old school barbecuing.
Oh yeah.
Over an open fire?
Pretty much, just outside our hostel, we just bought the barbecue tray and the grill and our own meat.
But that's a memory that a Taiwanese person will never have. They could never understand what it's like to be a foreigner in Taiwan, having that. It's such a crazy. To them, it probably sounds
because
crazy.
Taiwanese people would never go with their friends during Chinese New Year to go to Lanyu.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because,
good point.
So what do? They go meet up with their family, right? They say Taipei is just dead during this time of year because everyone just goes back to their hometowns. Back to their grandparents' place, their parents' place. I think that's why last week I went to the grocery store and the line was 12 people long. That's why everyone was buying food last week because they know that this week nothing is open. They have to have all their own food.
I was in the supermarket around that time and I was getting a little bit stressed, because I couldn't find what I was looking for.
Because the shelves were bare?
The meat was disappearing rapidly because people are having these big dinners or whatever.
And I saw this woman ahead of me. You know how they have the conveyor belt, the black conveyor belt at the cash register? She filled up the entire thing, and her bill was like $7,500.
Wow, can she pay for me?
Just meat and vegetables and rice and sauce and everything.
So that was probably a 50-person meal that she was.
And she's shopping for her whole family.
Everyone.
Who's gonna come down and spend time with her during Lunar New Year. Nobody really tells foreigners that. Nobody really prepared me.
Yeah, because in your mind you think it's gonna be festive the entire time.
It's the most important holiday in Taiwan.
Yeah.
So let's go out for dinner, let's meet up with friends, but then you go outside, it's like a ghost town.
It's literally a ghost town.
It's weird.
Which if you're an introvert, it's great.
In Kaohsiung, people come to Kaohsiung for work. Yeah. So all of the people in Kaohsiung have gone back to Pingdong or the mountains or these tiny little, Zhongli, these tiny towns.
So what did you end up doing for New Year's? Did you meet up with some friends? Did you?
This year?
This year, yeah.
Prazi came down. I filmed a little interview with him. That's the thing, like, if you want to meet your foreigner friends, as a foreigner in Taiwan, those are the only people who are going to be free.
But only the ones that are not already settled down, let's say, with Taiwanese families, though.
Because every guy you know who has a girlfriend or a wife or something, they're not even available because they're at their girlfriend's or wife's family's house.
Yeah, I mean, that's where I was, right? I was with my wife's family, and thankfully I don't have to go anywhere because they live 10 minutes from my house, so it's very convenient.
So what did you guys do? I mean, what is that celebration like? I've never really done that before.
It's very funny when you think about it. It's like, so we, there's a lot of talking and commotion, and everyone seems very stressed before it begins,
Oh.
Just about getting the food out and making sure.
A lot of pressure.
Yeah, the pressure, and then you sit down, and I mean, what did we eat? We had, oh God, the food was amazing. We had.
Do you have any pictures or video I can just insert right here?
Ooh, I can find, I think so. I think we might have some video, but we had ginger duck hot pot.
Jamuya.
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
We had, what do you call that? The pork fat. Help me out here. My brain is.
Lu rou.
Thank you. We had the lu rou. We had pork chops, and then we had all the the cultural stuff. Like instead of noodles representing a long life, my mother-in-law always cooks these vegetables that are long, and she keeps the root of the vegetable on it.
Oh.
And you have to eat the whole thing. And
it's the long green vegetable.
Yes.
I know.
Shuilian, that's it.
Shuilian.
And my kids made such a big deal, like, I don't want to eat that. Why would I eat the root of the vegetable? I'm like,
it's something about good luck, right?
It's good luck and long life. So I guess there was that, and then they always make sweet and sour fish, which is supposed to be, I guess, more wealth. About money, luck, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Leave a comment. Is the sweet and sour fish for money, luck? I get confused, but those are the things that have been around since I've been with my wife. My mother-in-law always makes those.
Okay.
But I'm the one that suggested ginger duck hot pot because I like it. And then the pork chops and everything. I was like, let's do it upright this time.
I would say Lunar New Year and Christmas are very comparable holidays between Taiwanese culture and Western culture.
Yeah.
For you, what do you see as the main difference in those holidays?
I mean, they're very similar in a lot of ways. I mean,
that's when family does come
about
together.
Family, but I think it's all those cool cultural things like about luck, having good luck and a long life, the prosperity, living a long life and good health and all of that. I mean, I think everyone wishes that for all holidays, but it's special to the New Year here, and I like that every year it's a different animal, so you can kind of, this year
it's a different theme every year.
It's a different theme, I mean, a rabbit.
Right.
And I was watching a video about the rabbit, something about how the rabbit was being chased by a wolf, and the dragon near the end of the wolf almost getting ready to eat the rabbit, and this is folklore obviously, but the dragon stepped in and said, whoa, 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 what are you doing? And then he beat the wolf, and then the rabbit became part of the whole animal zodiac cycle.
Oh.
So, I mean, leave a comment, is that the correct story? But basically, the rabbit accidentally went over the finish line of the race. So, lucky rabbit, I guess, right?
Rabbit.
So,
interesting. And we don't really know all these stories. Sometimes in our English books, they'll give us like a Chinese or Taiwanese inspired story.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, oh, I've never heard this before. And the students are like, what? You've never heard that before? I mean, these are the kinds of things that people in Taiwan grew up with.
Absolutely.
That we've never ever heard of in the West.
Yeah. Happy Year of the Rabbit.
新年快乐.
新年快乐.
Scaring people one child at a time.
Yeah, I know there's a kid in the background who was curious. Who are these foreigners making videos?
Yeah. I would say one difference that I can think of is in the West, it's all about gifts. I mean, you go buy a gift for your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your mom, your dad, your family, everyone. You buy a gift for them. If you gave somebody money back home, they would think it was impersonal.
I can't believe you didn't go to the store and pick something out.
Oh my gosh, like for your wife, if you gave her money,
forget about it.
You would be fighting for days.
My wife would be so happy here in Taiwan though if I gave her money.
Right?
Oh my God, she would be like, baby, thank you for not wasting our money on some garbage and handing me, like, thank you.
But if I gave my girlfriend money back home, she would say, oh, so you don't even care about me? You didn't even go to the store and you weren't thoughtful. Like,
Yeah.
so that's a huge difference that I can think of.
Well, and I have some memories actually. I can, in regards to the hongbao,
Yeah.
is when I first got together with my wife, we were given hongbao because when you're you know single, you're given hongbao. The parents give you hongbao.
Okay.
Or you know, my mother-in-law and father-in-law gave me hongbao, and then we got married and we got the hongbao, and then we had kids and we got hongbao for our kids. But now that we have kids, we don't get hongbao anymore. We have to give, not have to, we give hongbao to my mother and father-in-law, and they give us hongbao for our kids, but we no longer get hongbao.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so
it depends who the kind of up and coming.
If you're married and you've got kids, you don't get hongbao anymore. You give the hongbao to the mother and father-in-law, which you always do after you get married, but you no longer receive hongbao from them. Your children do.
Interesting.
So basically, you're spending money but not getting any back.
It's just a big circle, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's
like sharing.
It's
sharing
the same.
Culture,
it's the same. Yeah. No, and I appreciate the ama and agong in Taiwan do so much when you have children.
The grandma, grandpa. Yeah.
Grandma and grandpa do so much for children.
They almost become the
Surrogate
extra
parents. You know, like honestly, like if I'm busy, if my wife's busy, my parents are lovely and they're wonderful grandparents, but I don't think they would have the energy to commit the way Taiwan grandparents commit, because they literally take over, like literally, the role of the parent.
Yeah, literally sometimes.
Literally.
I mean, I think I met a guy in Penghu, and he was talking to me. He said, "Oh yeah, I have a daughter. She lives in Kaohsiung."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Your daughter lives in Kaohsiung? Who does she live with?" She's like, "Oh, the grandparents, my parents."
Totally normal. So thank you to the Taiwan grandmas and grandpas.
Anyway, we should probably introduce you.
Cole Fogel here.
Healthy balance.
Yeah, trying to live a healthy balance. But it's a holiday time, so I've probably had a few cookies here or there, some candy.
Sure.
You know, but
Hey, that's not the end of the world. It's the holidays.
it's the holiday. And that's the similarity I think between Christmas and Lunar New Year is you know, you kind of.
An excuse to
It's
kind
an
of
excuse to like
go a little wild
indulge,
if
and
you
it's
want.
okay. But make sure when the holidays are over that you get back into a healthy routine again. You know,
Right.
That's what I would say. But yeah, no, I'm happy to be here with Wes. I mean,
Sure.
we're both Kaohsiung Ren, right? Of
course.
It's always, you know, a pleasure to hang out here with Wes. And we were hoping that this beautiful market, which I've been to a few times, and you've been here a few times, right? That it would be bustling.
Not quite what we expected, but
Not quite. I mean, I would love if we could find someone that could either understand a bit of our Chinese or English to explain why is it so quiet today.
it's funny because I'm sure Western people watching this will see scooters driving by and families walking past and think, actually, that looks quite busy. But
And that
in Taiwanese terms, this is kind of dead.
I always feel annoyed actually when scooters drive by when I'm here, because it's normally so busy that it's not convenient for the scooters to be here. But right now it might as well be a road, honestly.
Yeah.
Like it's a good time to drive a scooter through here.
So anyway, let us know why you think this place, San Fong Zhong Jie here in Kaohsiung, might not be as busy as we were expecting. But anyway, happy Lunar New Year to you all. 新年快乐.
Yeah, Gong Shi Fat Sai.
恭喜发财. And thanks a lot, Cole, for
Yeah, brother.
joining me. You know, it's hard to meet up with our Taiwanese friends during this time of year, but we can always rely.
On our 外国人朋友. Yeah, exactly.
That's right. Anyway, guys, go check out Cole Fogel's channel. He's had some really awesome videos lately, and give him a big like, big subscribe. Me as well, if you feel up to it. And we will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.
Peace.